A teacher is searching for a hidden camera that was installed in the girls' restroom. When he sees who installed it, Mr. Han discovers that the culprit is the art teacher, who is popular among the female students at the school. Mr. Han tries going to the art teacher's house and hears a woman's scream coming from inside. Mr. Han is a man who knows no fear. Back before he became a teacher, Mr. Han once punched his own boss for cheating, which got him fired from his job as a boxing coach. Eventually, Mr. Han decided to move to a remote town to become a new teacher. But he found a lot of strange things in this town, like seeing missing person posters that had been scribbled on. He also often saw girls bullying other girls. Mr. Han decided to approach them and tried to break up the fight. But the kids ended up scolding Mr. Han for meddling in their business too much. Here, Mr. Han accidentally ran into one of his former students, who had become a police officer in the area. The girl who had been bullied earlier turned out not to be weak at all. Her name was Eugene. Every day, Eugene always stops by her missing best friend's house to bring food to her grandmother, who lives alone. Suyeon was Eugene's best friend. They were very close, until finally, Suyeon never returned home. That night, as Eugene was heading home, she was unknowingly followed by a mysterious man wearing a mask. But fortunately, the man didn't get a chance to hurt her because Eugene managed to get on the bus in time. Meanwhile, Mr. Han had officially become the new teacher, as well as the new head of student affairs. On his first day, Mr. Han accidentally bumped into a student, causing her to fall down. The two students saw Mr. Han and were so scared because he looked more like a thug, unlike the art teacher at school who was very handsome. Even though Mr. Han was appointed as the physical education teacher, his real job was to collect overdue school fees from students who had been behind for too long. Although the students treated him harshly, Mr. Han never once thought about pressuring them too hard. Because Mr. Han started having trouble, he finally decided to look for the student with the smallest debt, named Eugene. Mr. Han managed to find the girl, but Eugene refused to pay. Eugene didn't even care if she didn't graduate. Mr. Han also tried asking about Suyeon's whereabouts and why she hadn't been coming to school, but that only made Eugene even more fed up with Mr. Han. Eugene, who tried to put up a poster of Suyeon at school, was scolded by her teacher because she wasn't allowed to put up things like that without permission. The teacher was convinced that Suyeon had just run away from home, and Mr. Han saw this happen. At that moment, when Mr. Han was about to go to the restroom, he was shocked to see a man coming out of the women's bathroom. Mr. Han even had to check first. While Mr. Han was using the restroom, he saw Eugene sneaking out over the back fence. Mr. Han decided to follow the kid. And it turned out, Eugene was actually trying to ask people nearby about her friend Suyeon. Mr. Han himself accidentally ran into the gubernatorial candidate who was giving a speech in the area. He had previously met that official at the school where he teaches during a visit. Armed with evidence Suyeon left behind, Eugene found Suyeon's old workplace, which was a nightclub. Mr. Han saw the kid trying to sneak into the club. It turned out the bar owner saw Eugene and then caught her. Right at that moment, Mr. Han also arrived to save Eugene. Even when the bar owner tried to grab Mr. Han, she ended up blushing when she saw how muscular he was. Mr. Han tried to calm Eugene down and promised that he would try to ask his contacts in the police about Suyeon's disappearance. As Eugene was walking alone, a suspicious car was waiting for her. At first, the car drove past this line, but suddenly it stopped, and a man suddenly got out and started running after Eugene. That's why you shouldn't judge someone just by their looks. The handsome and good-looking teacher was hiding such a big secret and, as it turns out, had a certain nature. Meanwhile, the tough-looking, muscular guy actually has a soft heart and is kind, but the students still always see him as scary. Mr. Han secretly tried to check the messages on the art teacher's computer, who had been sending messages to Suyeon, the student who had been missing for a long time. Now, the art teacher is with one of the students named Eugene. Mr. Han, knowing that Eugene was with the teacher, tried to call Eugene and told her that her best friend Suyeon was last seen with the art teacher. Eugene saw her best friend's keychain there and asked about Suyeon. The art teacher started to get angry and then acted violently toward Eugene until she passed out. When Eugene woke up, she was already at the art teacher's house. Mr. Han, who found out, then went to the art teacher's house, broke in, and tried to save Eugene. Before the art teacher could hide Eugene, Mr. Han had already managed to get inside and stopped the teacher from doing anything further. The art teacher begged Mr. Han not to report him to the police. The art teacher explained that on the night Suyeon disappeared, he did indeed ask her to meet him. When the art teacher asked her to go with him, Suyeon refused, but she looked disheveled. Mr. Han tried to follow Suyeon to the restroom and found her phone smashed. Mr. Han scolded the art teacher for not reporting it to the police right away. The art teacher's reason was that he loved Soo-yeon, which is why he was reluctant to report it to the police. After the incident, Mr. Han reported it to the police, but the police seemed uninterested in responding to the case of the missing student named Soo-yeon. Mr. Han's former student also asked him not to get too involved in this matter because the police would take care of it. The art teacher himself had already been reported to the police for questioning because, as it turned out, Yoojin had called the police first. Elsewhere, a gubernatorial candidate was receiving news from one of his subordinates. He reported that his child was causing trouble, and it turned out that the art teacher was actually the biological child of this gubernatorial candidate. The bad news about the art teacher had already spread. The culprit was none other than Yoojin, who was seeking justice for her friend. Mr. Han himself was summoned to meet the governor, and the governor handed him an envelope as hush money so that Mr. Han would keep quiet and not talk about this issue. Mr. Han was torn, wondering whether he should accept it or not. Not long after, when Mr. Han returned home, he saw a lot of police officers near the river. It turned out that Soo-yeon's body, which had been missing all this time, was found lifeless. Yoojin, who was there, screamed in distress because in the end, her friend had to lose her life because of the actions of evil people. Siwon, a police officer who was Mr. Han's protege, secretly overheard the two detectives on duty talking about how the police chief had asked them to close the case. Siwon went back to the office and quietly tried to look for files and evidence related to the death of the student. He immediately called Mr. Han about this, but someone hit him from behind and knocked Siwon out. It turns out that Soo-yeon used to work as a karaoke hostess at a bar. The governor was actually a regular customer, and when he tried to approach Soo-yeon, he found out that she was a high school student at his own school. He got angry at his subordinates because he was afraid Soo-yeon would expose his behavior. Secretly, Soo-yeon was taken away from the governor's house by someone, and when the governor's men searched for her, they found Soo-yeon being held captive by a man who turned out to be the art teacher, who is actually the governor's biological son. Now, the art teacher has secretly kidnapped Yoojin again and is keeping her locked up in a hidden room in his house. The brave Mr. Han searched for Yoojin at the art teacher's place. Mr. Han managed to find Yoojin, and during the chaos in the house, Yoojin was accidentally stabbed by broken glass. Mr. Han managed to subdue the art teacher and finally got out of there, carrying the dying Yoojin, whose bleeding wouldn't stop. Yoojin's condition was getting more and more critical, but Mr. Han, who was watching TV, became furious when he saw the governor being inaugurated. On humanitarian grounds, Mr. Han decided to take out